This is the places for jury members, and here I am.
So the jury is if you don't mind.
We have a nice view, so you can make some pictures. Last chance to get a coffee and water. Actually, I'm not so serious, but now I have to be. So, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. For those who see us for the first time, we would like to introduce us a bit. We are Hub, a community for Belarusian startups that moved to Poland. We are aiming to soft land and onboard projects here in Poland. And we are widely known also as a meeting point for Belarusian startups here in Poland. This is our third pitch day for this Belarusian startups with the artificial intelligence technology like a core technology. And we would like to introduce our jury and our moderator, Alexander. So please welcome.
Okay. So I'm Alex, and you'll hear a little bit more about me in like a couple of minutes because I have a short kind of pep talk. So let's move to the jury for now. And I think better than me introducing them, let me just give you guys a microphone and to tell the group a little bit more about you, as well as make sure you mention like what you're looking for from this event, right? So like what are the things that you're interested in?
Yeah, hi, my name is Konstantin. I'm from Super Capital. I'm an investment director there. Yeah, it's the third event we are organizing together with Hub. We are actually happy to cooperate with you guys. We are later stage investors, so we're not looking to invest in someone particularly, but we are happy, to stay in touch and maybe do some introductions which might be valuable for you guys. And in general, I'm just here, as a person who could provide some feedback, I think, to you, what might be valuable for investors at a later stage, but early stage as well, probably. Yeah, and that's it. I wanted also to say that I am amazed that Belarusian IT community actually remains very resilient despite all the events. I'm happy to see so many people here, and it's the third event again. It's become a monthly event, so it's also very great. Yeah, so good luck, guys. Yeah, have fun.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and I'm here for my brother who has a baby, and I'm the engineering manager at Intent. We specialize in Internet of Things solutions. So what I'm interested in is mind-blowing technology, which I'm sure you guys have awesome examples of. And if I can help you anyhow, and or maybe we can do something together, then drop me a line. Thank you, organizers, for inviting me here, and yeah, it's amazing to be here. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Rudradeb Kwiatkowski. I'm here from Flashpoint Capital. So Flashpoint, some of you may know, is like Central Eastern European fund from London, half a billion assets under management. I'm investment associate at the secondary fund. We have 3 products: early stage, VC, venture debt, and secondary. We personally look for later stage companies as well. So we also not interested in investing, but I'm happy to be here, support you, and we can let you know what we are looking for at, let's say, late seed, 8 stage, how to get there and connect and meet great people and great companies.
Thank you so much. And please, our phones, remember.
Hi, I think introducing myself is the most difficult thing. So I don't know what to say. Briefly about my background, I've built like 7 companies in the past. My current company is a tech platform, AI platform for social impact. Yeah, I'm also a mentor of Google and a few other places. I'm happy to hear what you guys are up to, and if I can help you guys, happy to. That's all.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much. And here is your place. It's better to sit here.
Yeah, so all of the juries are in the same place. Okay, so before I begin, I actually wanted to share an exciting news that the girls were a bit shy to share. So you have actually got a specific sum of support from Big Sarah. So now it's not only a community, but actually like a company, and they have budget and everything. So congratulations. It's a big deal. Hopefully there is a lot more cool stuff to come. I'm happy to support UHub. Yeah. Before I begin, I also wanted to just get to know you a little bit better. So who from the audience, beyond juries, are actually investing in some way, either as a firm or as angel investors? Please raise your hands. So we have 2, 3. Okay, 3 more people. Okay.
Remember these people.
Yeah, remember them. Yeah. And who are from startups, either founders or maybe you're working in a startup? Okay, so most of the audience, and then the third group who are not in startups and not in like VC or investors, who are just here to like watch, maybe join the team or something. I see one person. Who else? Okay, 2, 3. Cool. So maybe you guys will get actually interested in some of the startups. Yeah, it's good to know. So I will not give a big talk. This is more of a pep talk before startups pitch. I wanted to make it really practical and just share a couple of things that I think are relevant for any startup that is like trying to raise money and everything. Where do I point? Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, I'll just tell you next and continue. Just use the arrow, I think, no? Yeah, okay. So why should you listen to me? I raised about $1.5 million in total across the 3 companies and helped other fellow founders raise at least 3 more million. And overall, I'm best known for doing various like hustling activities at startups. I ran product and biz dev at Wannaby, a startup from Belarus that got acquired by Farfetch last year. We created a really fun technology for trying on shoes. I worked with Flow Simple and other like top well-being apps in Malta, which is one of the like most known well-being startup builders in Europe. I founded a few failed startups as well, so it wasn't only kind of successful stories. And recently I've been exploring a lot the generative AI field. So I do consider myself a little bit experienced in that. So maybe I'll ask you guys, some peculiar questions in terms of your startups. And I'm also helping founders with fundraising, biz dev, operations, product strategy. So if you need help, let me know. Let's chat. Next. So the first thing I want to share that I think is more or less universal across like the feedback the founders get is that in the presentation, in any kind of presentation, the 3 most important things, at least in pre-seed, so at the earliest stages, are first founders and their background, second compelling market with enough space to do 100x for your investors, and 3, traction, either in tech, in product, or users. And why I'm stressing that, why is it not a generic advice? I think that a lot of founders and a lot of decks actually don't focus enough on the founders. So a lot of presentations have like team slide at the end, and it's like, people just say a couple of words and that's it. And that is usually quite bad because at this stage, what you care as the investor the most is actually the people. So like, why are these founders like the best people for this job? So in your presentations, make sure that you like stress this point. Why are you the perfect founders for this specific company? Like, what is your background? Why are you doing this? Second, in terms of the market, not all know, but investors look for multipliers, for access, right? If someone invests at 2 million valuation, they want to see big multipliers, like 50x, 100x. I'm sure the juries may tell you a bit more about that if you ask them. So make sure you do something in the market where there is potential for this kind of multiplier. If there is not, most likely investors will not be interested. It's just working like that. And then third, if you have attraction, like make sure you mention that, right? So if you have some tech that you developed, tell us about that. If you have users, tell us about your users. This is what like most of the investors care about, right? They want to see that you are cool people and that you're not only just like thinking about something, but you've actually built something that has traction. So I'm sharing that to make sure you guys mention that in today's presentations. Next, please. My second point is you shouldn't raise unless you absolutely have to, unless you absolutely need to. So if you think you can sustain yourself for a little bit and like bootstrap and create a product, get traction and everything like that, don't raise. There are so many founders who are being caught in this like long fundraising process where they fundraise for a year nonstop, and like when they share their experience with me, they're usually quite burdened, right? Because if you're raising and if you want to raise really well, usually that involves having like 50, 100 calls over the course of a couple of months, right? So that basically is like, I don't know, 4, 5 calls a day. And that can be quite exhausting. And what's the biggest problem is not the time, but actually like when you raise, it's really hard to build, right? It's really hard to focus on the product. It's really hard to like, drive this traction towards, right? So, so my advice is like, if you're thinking, okay, I want to raise money because it's cool, or I want to raise money like not to burn my, whatever savings I have, think twice, right? It's better to burn, but raise a bit later than, try to raise now, fail, and then, get stuck in this perpetual motion of like, raising. Okay, next, please. My third point is, and this is relevant for today's presentation more specifically, if you're mentioning AI, please, really, really, please be specific. I looked through a couple of presentations, during the screening process, right, for this event, and I wouldn't name names, but some of the presentations, and hopefully, they're not included in today's, meeting. Some of the presentations were like mentioning AI without actually like describing or like fully understanding what exactly are they mentioning, right? And to me, this is really simple. Like, you can just go through the list of these questions. For example, if you're, using any kind of AI model, what kind of model that is, right? Is that, OpenAI's model? Is that open source model? Is that a model that you've created yourselves? If, if you're using it, what exactly is your relationship to it? Is it like your own model? Did you just take it from the open source market, or are you just using an API, right? That also has tremendous value for any investor who's like thinking about investing in you. Third, do you have your own data set? Data is really important in AI. Like, do you have that? Are you thinking about having that? And then fourth, how easy would it be for someone to copy, exactly what you're doing, right? So the point here is, in today's presentations, please make sure you mention some of those things, some of the specifics. If you will not, I'll probably ask you anyways, right? So, so that will be a good idea. Next, please. And probably the last one, I'm not sure if I have any more. The last one is, make sure you start embracing AI tools for the whole fundraising process. And what I mean by that is specific use cases. For example, Think about personalizing outreach messages, right? Fundraising is a lot about just numbers game and making sure you talk with investors. Tools like ChatGPT can enable you to personalize stuff quite easily, and there are many more tools on the market. Second, you can already generate presentations or memos with the help of AI. So for example, this presentation was created with the app called Tome, which is one of those newer kind of presentation apps that allow you to actually create a presentation with just like an input, with just a prompt. I didn't do that because I still care a lot about honest content creation and like making sure I don't tell generic information. But it's now really easy to use tools like that. Third, you can actually use AI not only to generate stuff, but actually to give you feedback. With the right kind of prompt, using tools like ChatGPT, you can find loopholes in your story, right? You can share a memo or a story of like, okay, so what is your startup, right? Some bullet points, and ask the model to find the weak points, right? So what are the weak points? What are the questions? So that you can actually answer them before you pitch this to anybody else. The fourth point is generating visuals. Obviously, this is pretty easy now. All of the pictures in this presentation were generated with Stable Diffusion model. So nowadays it's super easy and super compelling. And the last point is actually creating and editing videos. So video communication is super important, and now with tools like Descript, for example, it's much easier to create videos, to edit videos, even if you haven't like edited videos before. Next, please. And yeah, I think that's it. So I just wanted to give you 4 quick, really practical advice before you pitch. And if you want to learn a little bit more about fundraising or maybe get free resources for fundraising, like investor databases or some specific videos about how to pitch, how to create presentations, stuff like that, make sure you scan this link. You'll find everything there. And I'm also running right now a community course for early stage fundraising. So if you're a founder, if you are not sure how to approach fundraising or if you need help, just check out this link. There is all of the information that you need there. And if you're interested, let's chat. I can maybe help you. Yeah, I think that's it. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Advice for Alexander.
And so now I guess we begin the pitching process.
Right.
Yeah, the first startup is Uni Popcorn. So Dmitry, can you come here? So the rules are simple. We have 5 minutes, and we'll be strict. If you fail to cover like 1 or 2 important slides, I'll make sure to ask you this question so that you cover them. But yeah, please be on time.
I'm not sure the clicker will work, so I can just. Works?
Oh my God, it's my voice. So, first mind-blowing startup for Mike. Yeah, I remember better. So, redefine the future of advertising by creating opportunities. This is all about virtual product placement. But what is actual virtual product placement? For the beginning, let's start with a simple product placement. Product placement basically everywhere. You could see it over there on the building as banners. You could see it on a t-shirt of football players. Also, you could see product placement on the ballot of Formula 1 cars. This way of advertisement are pretty expensive, but big companies still use it. If you speak about virtual product placement, it's something that already exists. For example, if you're watching the football game, depending on the channel are you watching, you could see the different ads on the banners. But this solution requires additional hardware from the stadium. And our solution is created to make opportunity for everyone to insert their product or brand into the video. Here you could see the samples of our algorithm, how it's working on different brands. Amazon has a great research on visual product placement, and 99% of users reported that they have natural or positive experience in virtual product placement. It means that at least virtual product placement not the worse than regular product placement. And also CGR of 40% shows us that it's a pretty fast-growing industry. Summarizing everything above, we could say that virtual product placement better in a time than product placement in natural ads. It means that you want to insert something in your video, you don't need to capture any other shots. About money, it's cheaper than $1 million, to be honest, for any video. And also, it's influenced in the same way as regular product placement. We estimate the market size, total available market size as 13 billions. This includes global advertising market across all media channels. Also, serviceable available market is 3.5 billions. This includes content creators, streaming platforms. And we asked ChatGPT to estimate our obtainable market. And this ChatGPT was pretty pessimistic and said that we could obtain only 200 millions. Speaking about competitors, as I said, the niche of virtual product placement already exists. And of course, we have direct competitors. But as I see, we could win over them over different properties. Speaking of such companies as Reef, Myriad, or Ben, they are not fully automatic. To insert the company brand or logo in the video, they use the work of motion designers and After Effects. For the site, it's a great company with great technology, but they work only in gaming field, while we are multi-fielded. And Amazon ads available only for Amazon in their videos. We see our place in this difficult world of money as being the buzz between the platform and advertisers, and making profit for everyone in this chain. In our product roadmap, we expect to have 10 clients in the first year with average contract size of 100,000. And we expect to reach the numbers from ChatGPT in 5 years. For the technology, we use advanced computer vision. We identify plane surfaces, and put their logo. Also, we split the layers for foreground and the background and propagate them through all the frames. So we could put logo on any object in the video. Speaking about comparable transactions, you could see here the massive. These are pretty similar to the photo sites. Zao Began is working in a little bit other domain, and Wanabai and Spectral, I think Alex could help you with them a little bit more, but they are working in a very limited area, while we more general solution. Here's our team, while we so important. So, as you could see, this whole project about computer vision, and as computer vision engineer, I and my sole founder, Ivan, are working right now in Pinterest as computer vision and machine learning engineers. And previously, I worked as machine learning engineer in Voci, which was acquired by Pinterest. And Ivan has a great experience in Yandex as self-driving guy. Right now, we are searching for money, and that's it.
Right on time. Yeah. Thank you, Dmitry. It was a really cool presentation and cool tech. Just a really quick question for you before the juries begin. So you started your traction slide from 2024, but there is like more than half a year left in 2023. So what are your thoughts about the next steps or the current steps of anything that is non-tech in traction?
Let me clarify. You're speaking about this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. These numbers are for the end of the year, not for the beginning, for example. So,
but still, so what are the numbers for the end of 2023?
Right? Yeah. The plans are to raise the money and invest them into improving technology, expanding marketing, and hire new personnel.
And do you have any clients or potential leads that are interested to integrate this?
A tricky one. Let's discuss later.
ask. Basically, the question, and that's the success or failure of the startup one, is why do you need the money? What do you mean by scale technology development? Do you want to show that the technology is not scalable, or what is that?
The problem is that, for example, if you're gonna bring to me today 2,000 videos, I couldn't process them in 1 hour. So I need money for service, because why not? It's my personal server.
But you have the problem. I mean, you don't have do you have a customer that would tell you that, okay, I'll give you 200 videos in 1 hour?
Right now, no.
Okay, so why don't you put an effort for sales, generating sales, rather than actually raising money to scale the technology?
Raising money for both of these problems. So that's problem of chicken and the egg.
But how does the money help you in the sales, in the marketing? I don't
Look,
get that.
for example, if I tomorrow gonna find someone who said to me to process 2,000 videos, that would be a problem, because I'm gonna sell something that I can do right now. The same, if I'm gonna start scaling the technology, it also would be a problem. So that's a problem of egg and chicken, basically.
Can you talk a little bit more about your competition and like how does your solution compare to your competitors?
Comparing to the competitors. Okay, one more time. These three competitors are not using computer vision technologies. They're using motion designers to insert. So to process one video, they need at least two hands of one motion designer and several hours. That's cost them, for them, maybe $200. We have fully automated process. If you're speaking about for their sites, they have other problems. They're working not with computer vision, they're working with IPs of gaming companies. That's why they're working only in game field. And speaking about Amazon ads, I'm still not sure what they're doing, because they have a great product which no one can use it.
So as opposed to the competition, like you offer some automation apart from what they do, right?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
Hey, first question, maybe I didn't get it from the presentation, maybe I didn't understand, but like, who is your client in a way? Do you want to go after the brand directly? Is it publisher? And so this is, and the connected question would be, about the business model, like you will go, let's say, to the publisher and will tell them I'll do something better. Does it mean, like, what's the business model? Is it like for better click-through rate or etc.? Like, how would they benefit from using this?
The benefit from using it, okay, let's start from the beginning. For the clients, for the draft, as I see right now, for example, there is a great company, Louis Vuitton, which has more than 200 brands, and for each brand they have to capture new video with new logo to do some sample video and logo in it to promote this. So we already could solve this problem really easy and save money for them. For example, like this. Speaking about
The business model, is it like, software, you want to sell it like a technology, or it's more like for a marketer to improve their results? So like,
it's like a software. It's a platform where you process the video with your brands.
okay.
Yeah. And about your question, what's the profit for those who are using it? What's the profit of the companies who place the Mango logo on the building?
Yeah, but I understand from their perspective, if you sell it as a technology, as a platform, they can do this cheaper, than other tools, because okay.
Yeah, maybe regarding some customer validation. So do you have any kind of traction here? I understand that you're pre-revenue, right? So no clients yet, but what kind of maybe discussions you're having now? What kind of customer interest do you see already?
Not yet. We could discuss it later.
Okay, so you haven't talked. Okay.
A typical great engineer who's like trying to turn his creation into a startup. Hopefully this works. Any more questions from the audience, guys? Happy to give you. Do you have a question or? Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you. So why are you building this?
to earn money.
Okay, anything else? That's good.
Yeah, that's it. Earn money. That's a product and about advertisement. And this niche only about money, not about saving the world or something like that.
How much would you like to earn?
How much I would like to earn
The next 2 years.
next 2 years. The more the better.
Any number?
Why are you caring about this?
I'm kind of investor. This is my job.
Are you asking about money for me or for the company?
You can start with any.
Okay, let's go a little bit back. So, no, let's move forward.
You don't remember how much you won?
I don't remember how far you want to see.
2 years.
2 years. Okay, 2 years, I suppose it's 2025. So average contract 250, 25 clients. So I expect to have a revenue in 6 million.
Revenue. What about profit? Any profit?
Profit. Let's see what would be our profit, but I don't ready to share the numbers right now.
I appreciate your time.
Great conversation we have going here. Any more questions, guys? Okay, I see, they're satisfied. I personally know Dima, and I know that their tech is pretty solid. Hopefully they validate this with clients, and I guess from there it would be much easier. But yeah, thanks Dima.
Thanks.
Okay, so the next startup will actually join us online. So yeah, are they hearing us already? Skinive, do you guys hear us?
No, just a few minutes. Yeah, because I joined, I guess, and I want to turn around the computer.
You need to.
Okay.
So who is pitching? Okay, it's you. Okay.
Kirill, Seal.
Yeah.
Kirill, hi. Are you with us? Do you hear us?
Here is our
Yeah,
audience.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so let me share. Please give me permission to share the screen.
Just a sec. Okay, just a sec. We'll do that.
So you can put my name and press now button.
Don't worry. We know how to do that.
Okay.
Try now.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 minutes starting. Go ahead.
Yeah. So hi everyone. My name is Kirill. I'm CEO and sorry. Slideshow. I'm CEO and founder of Skinive. So skin is the largest human organ and takes all damage of all shocks and negative influences of the environment. Can you imagine that 1 in 2 Europeans has a skin condition, 1/3 of them undiagnosed or late diagnosed, due to lack of access specialists or bad attitudes towards their own health, which result in loss of health and additional costs. So we help to make skin diagnostics affordable with our solution, which detects cancer risks and dozens of other skin conditions with a simple use of smartphone camera. We are the first among competitors make this technology available to people for all skin phototypes, with the exception of skin type 6, which will be available this year. Our solution already has CE mark as a medical device, and our company has ISO compliance. which gives us possibility to design and develop AI solutions in healthcare. Skinai has been recognized by publications in trusted international medical journals and media. Here you can see some of them. Based on our technology, we developed 3 products. Skinai app for home use for all people, Skinai MD app for medical professionals, especially GPs and primary care specialists, and Skinai Cloud, this API service for third-party developers. So, as you see, our solution can be used at home and in primary care, and it helps to save time and patients' health. After AI skin screening, patient can make a telehealth consultation, smart prescription, or patient triage to the right specialist. For example, from GP to a dermatologist, oncologist, allergist, it depends on skin condition. So we launched our apps in 2020, and we launched a SaaS solution for developers and integrators in 2021. We launched a mobile application for medical professionals, and about 1 year we validated our technology in hospitals. And in August 2022, we launched mobile application for patients, reaching 100,000 downloads by the end of this year. During this time, we had pilots with big companies, signed long-term contracts, and we got first revenue. So here you can see our latest statistics. So we almost reached 1 million analyzed images, and in 30% we identified some kind of risks. So we had to these people. Within 5 years, we aim to become a market leader in the European Union for smart skin screening and obtaining the FDA approval needed to enter the United States market. Currently, we are using a subscription model for personal use application and SaaS model for Skinai Cloud. In 2023, we also plan to introduce a number of new services, such as teledermatology and personalized medication selection, which will allow us to significantly increase the average check in our app. And interesting fact that in 2028, the global teledermatology market will reach $70 billion. So it's a very big market. So right now, to realize our ambitions, we are raising €2 million in a capital primarily for commercialization and market entry. Previously, in January, we already received 500K funding from Magda Enterprise for research and development. So our company has 18 people and managed by 3 co-founders. I'm an expert in digital health with more than 15 years in this field.
Kirill, the time is up. Is there anything super important that you want to finish with?
Yeah, so super finish, and also our excellent advisors, which gives us power. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Kirill. Great presentation. I'll use my position as the moderator to ask a couple of very good questions. The first one, you mentioned revenue numbers, but what are the numbers of MRR? So are those like numbers just revenue that you've generated over time, or like what is the specific number of MRR that you have right now?
So in our previous slide, I showed that last year we had revenue 55,000 euro.
So this is annual recurring revenue, just to clarify.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there any specific strategy that you want to employ to get up to 1 million? Because that is a big jump.
Yeah. because we have big ambitions. First of all, is to realize health insurance reimbursement. So imagine that you don't need to pay for a subscription or online consultation with dermatologist because it will be covered by insurance, health insurance. That's first point. And so for business development, we need good specialists who right now are advisors. Previously, he worked in a company, one of our competitors. That's the first point. Second point, we also will use digital marketing strategy. And third option is a collaboration with pharma and cosmetics companies.
Got it. And what product does the most revenue share come from? Which one of the three?
Yeah. So right now we have most of all we have revenue from Skin App Cloud because we launched this product in 2020. But in the future we see that Skin App will be first in our revenue stream.
Got it. Thank you. By the way, I'll give the microphone to the judges, but if you're not sharing anything, maybe just stop the screen sharing so that we see a picture.
Yeah.
Okay, judges, who wants to ask a question?
Yeah, I agree. Hi, we met with you probably like 3 years or 4 years ago, and I remember that you already had the technology at that time. So maybe you could tell a little bit what were the challenges during these 3 or 4 years in terms of like monetization, in terms of your revenue growth, etc., and how you plan to overcome those in coming years.
So I think 2022 year was a big challenge for everyone. So for us, so we made a relocation of our company to the European Union. Second one, of course, is to find clients, especially enterprise companies. At the start of 2022 year, we had some difficulties, but right now it's everything okay. We are in contact with Sanofi, with L'Oreal, and other companies. So right now, yeah, that's monetization. Because we already have good product which is certified and available in the market. We reached our first users, and we know what we need to do to improve our app and our business model.
And right now it's more like B2B solution or is B2C solution? So who is paying you, whom you're targeting as target client?
So from this year, we target on B2C sector.
So it's going to remain your major target client base, right?
Our users, yes, that's B2C companies, but insurance companies will pay almost all money. So it's B2B2C.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, could you talk a little bit more about the telemedicine? Like, could you guys offer actual like medical advice, like after these consultations, or is it like more of a like just an advice on what to do next?
So my previous startup was a telemedicine service. So I involved in digital health for many years, and I know how it works. Teledermatology is a part of telemedicine service. Of course, a lot of during several last years there were a lot of changes. And right now it is possible to make healthcare reimbursement, health insurance reimbursement. It is possible to make prescriptions, online prescriptions. It is possible to do a lot of things without visiting a doctor from a legal perspective.
Cool. So I can like get a prescription like as a result of the telemedicine, right?
Yeah, and pharma companies will pay for us because we can sell their products via our application.
Cool, thank you.
So I have like 2 questions. One is, what is your core IP? Is it the data that you have collected or the code? And the second is, what is your biggest risk actually going forward?
So we collected this data more than 5 years from different hospitals, from different private doctors. We tested our solution in more than 50 hospitals. When we launched mobile application for patients, we also got a lot of data from our users. And we made a lot of tests in Asian market. That's why we have best diversity of different skin prototypes, skin colors.
And what is the biggest risk you have going forward?
What?
The biggest risk.
What?
The biggest risk.
Biggest risk, skin cancer, melanoma.
No, biggest risk for your company.
For my company.
Hopefully you don't get melanoma, just to clarify.
So I see that, that's market very interesting. And during last 2 years, I see some competitors in this market. So we need to move faster and we need to develop our solutions better than our competitors to have a success on the market.
Can you actually, so just following the technology question, what is the accuracy that you have right now with the algorithms, and how did that improve over the years? And can you share some specifics in terms of how your technology works?
Yeah, so every year we publish accuracy report on our website. I think it is very difficult to tell you all the numbers. But during last several years, so right now we reached more than 95% overall accuracy of our report. It is very easy to find our accuracy report in our blog and our website. So we have the biggest validation data set of our competitors, which consists more than 25,000 images, and our competitors has less than 10,000 images.
But you mentioned, I think, 1 million images. Am I incorrect?
Validation data set and training data set, they are
So
not
you're
the
talking
same.
about different data sets.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to ask, because I understand it was till now, it has been mostly B2C product, yeah? So how, so my question would be like, how sticky it was? What was your retention?
Our retention, it grows from month to every month. When we launched our app in August, retention was not so good, but we still improved our retention, and right now it's about 25 or 30%.
Is it the retention for the first month or?
Per month, yeah. So skin conditions is, that's not a gaming app, that's not a social media, but during year, every people have some conditions 3 or 4 times if this not people with chronic disease. That's why we see that during 1 year, in average, one person will use our app from 3 to 5 or more times.
Okay, because that was my next question, yeah, because it's not like people need it all the time unless you need to check it chronically. So in a way, with your business model, like subscription, you can only address the part that is chronically, yeah, when you can make money. I don't know if you measured your, like on the customer, the second question, maybe have you measured on the customer level, is it profitable in B2C?
Yes, B2C, and so in the Netherlands, if I want to go to dermatologist, I need to pay about 90 euro. But using online consultation, I can do this only for 30 euros. And subscription cost only 50 euro per year.
Yeah, but from maybe I will ask the question other way. Do you measure your client profitability, like LTV to CAC, because your retention is not very high? So do you make money on your customer in B2C?
Yes, right now we make money. Right now these numbers not so big, but it also grows because so we still continue improving our app.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Kirill. So unfortunately the time is up, but yeah, amazing product. Perhaps some of the juries will be interested to learn more. Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.
Okay, so the next startup I think is Open Business. Who's representing Open Business? Yeah, or AS. Here you go. Here's your microphone.
How it works? Let's start.
Yeah, go ahead. So 5 minutes starts now.
Hello everyone, happy to see you here. My name is Julia. I'm CEO of Open Business, real-time payment behavior analytical ecosystems for banks, businesses, and investors. The last 3 years, I'm proud to lead our highly professional team with 10+ year experience in market research, fintech, retail banking, machine learning, sales, marketing, and we have come together to help businesses of any size to automate crucial business decision-making process and to reduce their market research cost several times, because traditional market research agencies could no longer serve business efficiently. And we recognize the opportunity to be a part of fast-growing market with unmet demand. The size of the global alternative data market is anticipated to reach 143 billion by 2030. And even have the 1% of it, we will achieve our unicorn status. So among all types of alternative data, we are really crazy about transactional data because we strongly believe that payment behavior is the most reliable intelligence for businesses and investors. And as a result, we built globally scalable payment behavior analytical ecosystem where, in the one hand, we work with the transactional data partners like banks and fintechs and payment systems, and on the other hand, and they provide us with anonymized transactional data, and we help them to monetize it. And on the other hand, we get access for consultancies, retailers, and investors, also hedge funds, to real-time analytical platform with company performance, competitive intelligence, and consumer payment insights based on billions of anonymized transactions received from our data partners. So imagine that you are CMO of McDonald's and you want to know the main sales metrics of your competitors like Burger King or KFC. You needed call to Accenture, you just need to go to our platform, find company, choose a location, and you get all answers in the real time based on very accurate data. So advanced machine learning algorithm, of course, is a part of our success. We use it to provide our clients with accurate metrics, and also we integrate with ChatGPT to provide our clients with automated insights. So in future, we see opportunity to work with predictions for sales metric of different point of sales. So as a result, all our clients in our testing market, it was in Belarus, they're talking about measurable results for their businesses and for their strategy. Now we're entering the Polish market and we have clear vision of our go-to-market strategy. And last week, we was invited into Iberostar Ranges program with all corresponding support. So now focusing on data partners who are boarded there in Poland, and we're already talking with several banks. And it's really time to use the first move advantage, because in the niche of SaaS, working with transactional data, we are alone. Our direct competitors was acquired by Bloomberg a year ago, and now it's work just as part of Bloomberg. We're clearly determined our target market segment, and despite of the fact that we work with big brands and consultancy previously, we see our mission in providing access to the data for small and medium businesses, and it reflected in our product and in our business model, because any client can pilot our system with a low cost, and they'll scale the subscription to enterprise level. And now we're looking for our bridge round to meet our business development goals here in Poland faster. And let's discuss and jump on board. Remember that investing in us, you invest in sustainable future of your region.
Just in time. Amazing. Thank you, judges. Who wants to start?
And why Belarus and Poland is the first markets? Why not testing them in Western Europe or US?
Originally we're a New York-based company, but we start our business in pre-COVID era in early 2020, and we have to move back home because the border was closed, and we wouldn't previously get investment from a New York-based fund. And now we wanna create like the first traction in Poland, and in parallel to develop US market.
Just one more. What's the unique value proposition? I just didn't get it from the presentation.
Let's back to the slide. See that second measure, and we just two companies that work with transactional data and provide it as a SaaS. All other companies provide it as a raw data, and you need to work with analysts, your own analyst, with Accenture, I don't know, with someone who can do something with this data. And second measure was acquired by Bloomberg. Now it provides their services just for financial institutions. And we are just the second, now alone, the first, who are ready to work with mass market and with middle business, with investors, and making the data more accessible.
Is there any specific reason why you're alone at this right now?
As you remember, the market of alternative data is there, it's just born, and it will grow. Like traditional market research developed last 100 years, and alternative data, it's a really very young market.
Is there any specific reason why now is the time it has been born? Like why
Yes,
why not 5 years ago?
of course, because non-cash payments now win the market. And now it's like in the most areas, for example, in Poland, there are more than half of the payments made by card. And it's a time to use this data for any reason. In our case, it's a reason to transform payment behavior into actionable business insights.
Got it. Juries, any more questions?
So you basically plug into some kind of an API from the banks, and then you analyze the transactions and you give some kind of insights to your clients, right?
Yes, it works this way, but it's not so easy. Means we get raw data, we know how to link each transaction to particular point of sales or to particular brand, and then having for example, 5% of the market, how to extrapolate to full market. We use ML, as I told you before, to provide the most accurate metrics for our clients. And it's also our competitive advantages, because even second measure work just with trends, but we work with particular numbers. Means we predict, for example, the turnover of McDonald's in particular numbers.
Okay, and like which banks do you work with?
Our data hub, first data hub located in Belarus, and we work with 3 Belarusian banks, but now in Poland we are talking at least with 3 banks already. I'm under NDA. And also we are familiar with payment systems. The main challenge, if you want to know, it's to onboard the first data partner in the region. Usually after the first data partner, it's become faster.
Okay, thank you.
So is your data partner a bank or who is your data partner?
Yeah, it's a bank or payment systems.
Okay, and you said that your plan is to go to US. How are you planning to do that? Did you say that your expansion plan is to go to US?
Yes, we plan.
So how are you planning to execute that? What's the plan to grow in US?
We plan to make first traction here in Poland, but in parallel we are working in with business development in US. Also, for example, we're a client of Silicon Valley Bank, and we negotiate with them also about data. And in US we have guys who provide raw data. It's not a big deal to buy it, for example, from Yodel. But now our main goal to start there and to make traction in Poland. Like we see clear vision, but we see risk because the time isn't so simple now.
So my question is, why? I understand your client is bank. What are the use cases they use?
No, bank is not our client. It's our data partners. We help them to monetize their transactional data, and we finally clear the data and transform to actionable insights and sell it to consultancies who use it for improving their reports for clients like Żabka, Biedronka, Zara, any brands. It's clear. Directly to brands. For example, if Żabka want to know what's the next best place for franchisees, it's easy to check through our platform.
So what's the output to you, and like how they use it? Is it a platform? Or
it's a platform. It's SaaS. You just log in and see dashboards. It's a real dashboards. It's also a real dashboard.
Okay, and it's about specific companies. Yeah, what they get, like a report about, I don't know. They ask about specific, I don't know, company. I'm just asking, like what's the output? What are the insights? And like,
for example, if you're CMO of McDonald's and you want to know the average check of your main competitors like Burger King or KFC, you can go to our platform, pay subscription, and see the average check of KFC in each and every point of sales in Warsaw, in Wrocław, in Krakow, across the Poland.
Okay.
And any other 20 metrics like observed sales, number of transactions, loyal clients, where clients buy before, where buy something for after visit your point of sales.
So how many clients do you have now?
More than 20 companies, but in dollars.
Okay. They're paying subscription?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually more than 1 year.
Okay. And how do you acquire those customers?
Through direct sales, also bank, our data partners also interested to push us through the client base, because as much we sell, as more we share our revenue with our data partners.
Okay, so last question, what's your margin?
I'm not ready to answer right now. Let's margin means I'll answer.
I'm just asking, for example, gross margin, because you buy data.
We share 25% of our revenue with data partners, 25% to all other support, and yeah, I think more than 15.
Okay, thanks.
I'll just add a comment, and I think that what I understand that to expand to every new country, you have to onboard the major banks from that country. And that's a substantial risk for you, right? So why would you even go to US and have to onboard like 10, 15 of the major banks? So, or perhaps if I was you, just focus in one country, like Poland, capture the market, go to another country. That's
It's not a risk, it's a job to be done.
Yeah.
Great. So we have 40 more seconds. So maybe I'll just ask the last questions and we'll wrap up. And my question is, maybe you don't know this yet, but what is the cost of acquiring a customer, and how does the LTV to CAC ratio look like for you?
We have metrics in very specific market. LTV.
So you don't know yet what will be in Poland.
Yeah, but in Belarus, usually LTV the year and a half, and even more. Some customers use us last 2.5 years from early beginning for today. Usually we have very low burn rate. Amazing product, amazing opportunity. Enjoy.
Yeah, just give us money. Okay, got it. Amazing presentation. Thank you. Okay, guys. So we'll have a very quick break, maybe like 10 minutes. So don't go away. We'll meet here in 10. Okay.
Tam możliwe coś zmienić, nie albo tak. Tak, dobra. Tak, no to Warszawie. Bo ja będę wodny jeszcze ale wiesz, u nas jest też
Some sugar. We don't have beer this time.
Okay, guys. Hey. Guys, can you please come back? We are continuing the pitches. Guys, can you please come back? Guys, come back. We'll have more time for networking after pitches. So yeah. Guys. AI Stats founder, where are you? AI Stats founder, are you here? Okay, that's right. Okay, guys, we are continuing, so please stop the chit chat. We'll have a little bit more time for that. The next startup is AI Stats. So, yeah, the founder.
Hello, everyone. My name is Zhenya, and I'm the founder of AI Stats. Our mobile app provides users with real-time football scores and statistics for 3,000 matches in 2,000 leagues every week. Of course, there are a lot of similar apps, and each one grows by 10 million users a year, but all of these apps are monetized only through bookmaker advertisement. The main goal of our competitors is only to attract as many of their users to bookmakers as possible. They have no interest in being on the side of users, so people lose billions on betting. That's why we have developed an AI that, thanks to our strong team, determines the probabilities of football matches 11% better than the bookmakers with huge budgets. While our competitors simply provide match statistics, our app is already the future. Being player-focused greatly expands our monetization possibilities and allows us to already pay back advertising budgets in 3 months. Also, having unique AI calculations allows us to provide API to various TV channels. We run a small test market advertising campaign using classic advertising methods. However, we have a unique marketing technology that will increase the number of attracted users by 2 times for the same money. And yesterday we launched a $5,000 advertising campaign using this technology. AI has already entered all aspects of our lives, and we believe that AI stats will change the football betting industry. So right now we are looking for investments that will allow us to attract over 1 million users by October. Without huge budget, our team has already beaten the algorithms of the bookmakers. We truly love what we do, and we are confident that we will succeed. Thank you.
That is surely the quickest presentation for today, done in half the time that usually required. Let me start by asking you a couple of questions. The first one, what exactly is your AI, and how did you determine this 11% of improvement over any other kind of betting methods or whatever? Can you walk us through that?
Okay. Wait a second. So this more informational slide about our AI. We proceed a lot of data, a lot of statistics. Every match have more than 50 markers, which we analyze, and our AI analyze this data, and we get the result. Probability of one team and the first team and the second team. So after that, we compare our probabilities with probabilities of bookmakers. So in futures, in some futures, we can see that our AI оценивает. Да, вот. Estimate one team probabilities better for 20%, I think. So we take 9,900 bets per month, and we have theoretical income 67% and real income 42% per month. So.
But where did this 11% come from that you mentioned before?
Why 11%? Because bookmakers have only 46% of winning because they have margin. From each bet, they take margin about 9 or 10%. So they really predict only 46% of matches, while we predict 57%. So that's why 11% is not 7% better.
Okay, so you're comparing your result, like your accuracy of prediction, to the accuracy of prediction of betting companies.
Yes, because our predict is for users who bet on sports. So we would like to help them, and our model is compared to bookmakers, right?
Okay. I think there are also other players like analytic companies who also provide some kind of percentage of each team in terms of winning. Have you compared your results to them, or only to betting companies?
It's I think that this year I see new 3 companies that say that they create AI for football, but we work 3 years. So 3 years ago, there are no one doing AI for sports. So we are the first who do it, and we are the first mobile application that share our AI calculations. So I think the main thing is that we start first to do it. So now we are the first who released it.
And how many users do you have right now?
Right now, 2,000 users, and yesterday we launched advertising campaign for $5,000.
And these 2,000 users, like, did they make money on their bets using your app?
Yes, we have in-app subscription, classic SaaS. So right now we have 2 active subscriptions and in total we have nearly 20 subscriptions.
Yeah, but I asked not about you making money, but your customers making money. Did your customers make money? Those who paid for subscriptions.
So we do our calculations like you can work with it calculations. So you by self choose what you bet. So we don't say bet here or here. So some person get use our model profitable, but some users can use it unprofitable. That depends on users. So, but we do our data provider task. We provide our AI calculations.
Okay, thank you. Juries, do you have any questions?
So where do you get the data? Like you analyze like for the matches? Like do you web scrape or do you partner with some API provider?
We have web scrapers that can check data from 2014, but we use for real time, we use API. We pay for it $650 per month, and all data we need we have from API. So also we have web scraper.
Is there a specific reason you went with Android only first and like not multi-platform or iOS?
We have iOS application, but iOS is more harder with a requirement with policy.
The betting policy, right?
What?
Like the betting policy, like gambling.
So we need to create better policy. It's just 2 weeks or 1 month of what we do, and we will start iOS.
And like, do you have the team capable of delivering like 2 separate code bases?
Can you repeat?
Because from what I understood, like you have the code base for the Android app, like the separate iOS app, and I think I've noticed only one front-end developer in your team. Like, will you be able to continue like with 2 separate products and 1 developer?
We use Flutter, so multi-platform. We have both iOS and Google.
Okay, cool.
Hey, why don't you sell it to the bookers, but B2C?
Okay. The first main idea that we can help people. So if we sold it to bookmakers, first of all, they can do it by self. They have a lot of money.
But then you make money. Yeah.
So we would like the
and your investors.
So
your investor will look for best opportunity. Yeah.
Repeat, please, the question.
You're looking for investment, yes. So your investor will look for the best possible business plan with your product, yeah. So you know, they wouldn't like the idea that you want to be Robin Hood and take money from the rich.
But all our competitors, they grow like independent from bookmakers. They only monetize by them. So it means the market is not only bookmakers, it's applications, it's websites, it's something else, and applications and media resources, another TV channels, it's not bookmakers, media resources, it's not bookmakers. So app is it's not the same направление. Direction.
Okay. And you know, what's your secret sauce compared to the bookmakers that you outperform them? You know, they have resources to build this and access to data, even more probably.
Okay. The answer is quite simple. Bookmakers don't interested in bookmakers don't interested in determine team probabilities as accurately as possible. The main thing for bookmakers is doing we have 2 sides, and the bookmakers' goal is that money bet on first side was like money bets on second side. So they don't need to analyze matches. They need to fix their odds. If people bet on first team, they need to fix odds and level up them. If on second, then level down. So their revenue is not for their revenue. They don't need to analyze matches with AI. They don't need to have very good analysis.
Okay, that's it. The time is over.
Thank you for your presentation. So the next one is Exhalo. Nikita, can you come here?
I hope you're doing well, guys. Thank you very much for having me today. I'm Nikita, and on behalf of our team, I'd like to present to you our project. Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So I believe that we are all have more messages, more notifications, more distractions, more stresses. And tell me if it's not a problem for you, but I literally feel that it steals my time, focus, attention, energy, productivity, and finally makes me less happy. And unfortunately, I'm not alone. Because of the last decade, the time spent on calendars, meetings, Zoom conferencing, social media, and so on and so forth, is rising more than 50%. And such an information overload, I would say, is one of the key drivers of the mental health crisis. Why mental health crisis? Why it's so significant thing? Here is the first number: 1 billion of people. 1 billion of people who live with mental disorders right now. 1 of every 8. And it costs $1 trillion per year for the global economy because of productivity loss. I hope you grasp the scale of the problem, because now I'm heading to our solution, and it's Exhalo. In a nutshell, Exhalo is a gamifying app that lets you grow your hero by establishing healthy routine in your well-being and lifestyle. As simple as that. By establishing responsible attitude with the social media, unwinding your stresses with meditation and breath works, or just keeping your focus on tasks, you grow your hero. And together with your hero, you grow yourself. Exhalo is not an app with a daily list of practices or some meditations or gratitudes or, I don't know, sophisticated Pomodoro timers. I wouldn't put it this way. Exhalo is like playing a game when you is a main hero. And to make it simple, we don't expect you to have any prior knowledges in mental health, well-being, fitness, or whatever. We expect you to just start playing and making tangible changes in your life. Very complex phrase. And here may be the right point to say for you, or yet another one, productivity or mental health app. I've seen them a lot, and I probably tried some of them, but unfortunately, I didn't succeed. And this is true, because we also used to explore them in details, I would say in nitpicking details, to make Exhalo works. And here we have several bets referring to the previous project. So our first bet is gamification and game design. Aside the fact that the whole app is designed to immerse you and engage you to build healthy lifestyle, well-being, and building healthy habits, our text adventure quests are also driven by GPT-like system, which makes them immersive mini games for you. Our second bet is a personalization, or better to say hyper-personalization, based on your health data, such as sleep amount, activities, stress evaluations, and a lot of different health indexes. We tailor the app's experience for your preferences and for your goals. For this purpose, we even designed and now developing our own AI stress evaluation system. And finally, to make Exhalo even more immersive, we also let our users to collaborate with each other, because it's much easier and much more fun to improve your life together with your friends and families. Our team sees exhalable potential far beyond mental health and productivity area. We plan to use the same technology stack and product frameworks to come up with a fresh solution and ideas in a cognition enhancement, emotional analytics, and education. For this ambition goal, we have a team of 8 players with a profound knowledge and expertise in building, engineering, running, scaling mobile tech products.
Yeah.
Just a phrase. So we also started our active fundraising. So if you're interested, please tell me, and I will be glad to share more details and risks with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. Amazing presentation. Is there anything you wanna share about any of the traction or user feedback or user research that you've done?
Yeah, sure. So we are working on the project over the last 4 months, and over the last 4 months, we made dozens of customer interviews. We also built a few alpha concepts and test the hypothesis. And now we are planning to build and run our first public version approximately in a month. We also, for sure, made profound market research and both scientific research, because we have a lot of data and algorithms from a scientific and medical approach.
What's your plan for testing the alpha version in a month? Who are you targeting?
We are targeting, so I would say, like a very targeted audience. I would describe it in this way. So it's 20 to 40 age, middle income, primarily women's, like I would say proportion about like a 60 to 40, and who are interested in in getting better focus, increasing productivity, or solving just a non-severe mental disorders like anxiety or working stress.
Got it. Thank you. Juries, any questions?
So I have, you started by saying that we are spending a lot of time in mobiles and notification and things like that.
Yeah.
Aren't you actually adding the problem by being a mobile app and actually gamifying the whole system?
Yeah, it's awesome question, because we have it for our own. So the thing is, we are not trying to engage our users in usage of our app, or like in binge usage mode when for an hour. So our idea is to reestablish your behavior. For example, when you're coming to some social media like an Instagram, we grab you and say, do you really want to go to the Instagram, or you probably now distracted or stressed and you want to make a short, breathwork meditation or play inside our app to just, unwind you. And we believe that over some iterations with the same users, we can alter this behavior, and probably not as a final goal, not to just, stop you from using Instagram, but make it more responsible.
So in an ideal case, when people actually end up being successful in what you're planning to do, they end up not using your app anymore, right?
I would say they will use it instead, better to say, they will spend the time they previously spent in other apps, in our apps, just a part of this time. But the experience in our app is much more beneficial than using just a social medias or some other distractors. Because in our app, when you use it, you're doing beneficial things for you. You schedule your plans, you're making your task, you evaluate your stress, you monitor your health, you explore your mental health problems, you make meditation, breathworks, a lot of things in our features. When you're using social media, definitely it's not a beneficial behavior for you.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about your competitors and what are the key differentiators. It looks like an overcrowded market, truly.
Yeah, for sure, I think. And I would put this in this way, that we don't see like a direct competitors for us. for many reasons, but we see a number of adjacent competitors. And I would say that there are two main groups of them. First of all, there are mental health and productivity apps, like, for example, Headspace, who don't have a profound technology stack beyond their product, but they already have a massive user base, brand, and etc. And here here is our plan to compete them in technology stack. And from the other side, we see companies like Aura, Flow, Alpha in general, probably some of the products in the future, is our competitors, because they're not like in our domain, but they're collecting, as well as us, a lot of data, and they can process it with the AI to come up with some kind of other lifestyle insights or metrics or whatever, and in future probably become our direct competitor.
Could you talk a little bit more about the gamification layer and like what like gamification mechanisms you want to use inside your app?
Yeah, sure. Could we just get back to the previous slide? Because, yeah, you know, so the whole app is designed, you know, as a game, and basically inside this game, you have also a number of small interactive mini games. So that is just two of screens, because there are a lot of different features, and here you can play with a lot of different mindful techniques and etc. But regarding the games, so the quests are the mini games for now on the current stage, driven like a GPT. And to put it simple, it's like a text adventures quests. When you seeing from the hero side, and we give you some context about some kind of a real life stressful scenarios. For example, here is a situation, here is, you know, what you can do, and etc. And it led users to explore what is the right behavior in this stressful situation. But in future, for sure, not for now, because we are just a team of 4 people, we plan also to incorporate like a real games, because the initial idea of our project came when we found a number of scientific research shows that some of the game mechanics have a direct beneficial impact on well-being people, because it's now used for you know, curing PTSD, ADHD, and etc.
Okay, gotcha. And how are you going to use the AI inside the app?
How
will you use the artificial intelligence inside your application? Like, what's the use case?
So basically, there are 3 ways we approach AI in our product, and I will go, you know, from a kind of a low scale to a sophisticated level. So the first low scale, it's our requests, which are driven by GPT, and it's not something, you know, it's mostly a product thing rather than a technical thing, because as Alex said, so we just use someone's other LLMs model, and it's not a rocket science. The next level is our recommendation engine. So we collect a lot of data from different sources, mostly from, at the beginning, mostly from Apple Health, Aura, and Terra API, and others about users' health. And we optimize the recommendation of practices, of quests, and etc. up to you, up to your data. And the second level, which is my favorite one, is our own proprietary stress evaluation system. So based on your heart data, we extract it from Apple Health, from your Apple Watch, Aura, and etc. other devices. We can evaluate your stress level at a particular point and say, okay, so you're now stressed, you should do this thing to alter your, you know, mood, or just unwind your stress and anxiety and be nice.
That's awesome. You guys are interfacing with Apple Health and like actual like vitals. That's nice.
Yeah, thank you very much.
One question from my side. Is there a chicken and egg problem with data? I mean, to get data to train your model, to get this AI to second level, you need to have scale, yeah? So like, how do you solve this?
Yeah. So it's reasonable point, and basically we plan to use the same approach I used in my previous company, because it was the same problem. And now our approach is that the product is tailored up to the level, the data you shared. So you can not share any data with us, and we will tailor the product as maximum as we can, based on your activity, for example, inside it. But if you would like to improve your experience and get, more reasonable recommendations, more reasonable features, and etc., you should share some data with us. But not all of this, just what's comfortable exactly for you.
Okay, so you develop your AI along, you get more data.
Yeah, sure. Because now we can use just a general common data sets, and just tailor the experience further, and we will have more data.
Awesome. So we have 20 more seconds, so I guess we're done. But it was a great presentation. I just wanted to share that actually this point of so I have Garmin, and Garmin sometimes tells me that I have high stress, and it asks me to breathe. But I don't always want to breathe and spend 5 minutes doing that. So it would be cool having more variety. Thanks to Nikita's app. Thanks, Nikita.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, and the last presentation for today will be what? Will be online. Okay. Okay, guys, we need maybe 30 seconds to connect everything.
Now you're gonna see my calendar.
Don't look, everyone.
It's always blank, so. Oh, it's me. And we are waiting for our startup.
Yeah, next time we'll try to make sure everyone is offline. Guys, while we do have an open microphone, does anybody want to share anything with the group? I don't know, any requests? Someone is hiring someone, whatever. Let's use this opportunity. Anyone? Well, maybe next time. If you do want to share something, just come here. I'll give you the microphone.